everyone, I haven't done one of these videos in like 4 months. I have not been collecting a lot of movies or television shows lately. I don't know why, I just haven't. But before someone comments, the reason why I buy DVDs instead of Blu-rays is because, one, they're cheaper, and I've been collecting DVDs for so many years now, I don't feel the need to convert to Blu-ray when I already have the DVD, and most, like 99% of the time, I don't buy movies I hadn't watched already. I don't do blind buys. I buy them if I've already seen them and liked them enough that I want to own them in case I want to see them again. I purely like buying DVDs or movies and TV shows in general because they're my favorite ones, and I want people to know which ones are my favorites enough to buy them. I also don't really care as much for quality. I have a really not so great TV. I watch most of my movies on my Mac, which has a DVD player, not a Blu-ray player. I don't have a Blu-ray player, for one, and I don't watch them on TV, so personally, it's just a personal preference. I know the quality's probably better, and Blu-rays are not as expensive as they used to be, but DVDs have gone way down in price, so I figure I'm going to take this opportunity and buy them. So that is why I buy DVDs instead. So if you're wondering why, when you click on this video, like, why is this dumbass buying DVDs in 2015, that is why. I'm a poor college student, and I just like having them, and I just prefer the casing of DVDs. I don't know, I just do, so that's just personal preference. So this is going to be a DVD collection update for, what is it, April? April 2015. Some of these I got around Christmas time, but I never did a video because I didn't have enough. Some I got throughout the months, but most of them came from this month because I just got, my birthday was in the beginning of the month, so I was able to get some from Amazon gift cards. And I have a lot more credit on there, I just haven't bought anything yet. So let's do some updating, but like I said, I don't buy as much anymore. I don't know, I just don't. But I probably have 15, 20, I don't know, I didn't count. So let's quickly show what I have. And I think when I get the second half of the one shelf done, I will do my whole overview, because I always say I'm gonna do it and I never do, so maybe I will, because there's no way I could fill up that other shelf this year. It's not possible. You can't see what I'm talking about, so you're probably like, what the hell is she doing? Anyway, so the first movie, and I don't remember if I put this in the other video, so 2 of these, I don't know, so if I have, I'm sorry if I repeated myself, but I always like to stick out which ones I haven't shown in a video, and this is one of them. 50-50, great movie, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Seth Rogen. Didn't expect to like this movie as much as I did. It was a sort of dramedy, if you will. The next is another one I was really surprised I really like, and both of this I gave 5 out of 5 stars, which is, I was just so surprised how much I liked it. And this is About Time, which has Rachel McAdams, and I don't know the dude's name, Dominic something, I think. Dom Hall? I don't know, he was in Frank, which is another weird, obscure movie. This is not obscure, he was in another movie. This is a great rom-com, romantic movie, chick flick, whatever. It's probably one of the best I've seen in a while, like one of the best chick flicks I've seen. Like, it is so good. I don't know, I just loved it. The next is Arsenic and Old Lace with Cary Grant, which is a bit older movie. I don't know when this was made, actually. I'm gonna say the 40s. Yep, 1944. It's really funny, comedy. It's basically Cary Grant's, like, aunts, I think, are like, they kill off people because I don't know, but they do it in like a quirky way. It's been a while since I've seen this, but I remember enjoying it and I watched it, so I need to watch it again. It's a really cute movie. Very weird and obscure, but awesome. The next is Cabaret. Great musical. Maybe this time is one of my faves. Liza Minnelli and her classic Amazing Self. And also Bob Fosse directed it, and of course it won a bunch of Academy Awards at its time. So great movie. The next is GBF, which is a great satire, black comedy kind of film. It's kind of making fun of the gay stereotypes of the gay best friend, and that many people more recently use the gay best friend as sort of a cliche, just like, not even as a person, but like an asexual Ken doll, just to be their like handbag for popular girls. And, you know, there's always the GBF in the group and stuff, so this is like breaking those stereotypes and showing that LGBT people are more than just sidekicks. So it's an awesome, hilarious movie. I've seen it like 2 or 3 times. I love it, and I have not been showing the insides. I'm so sorry. There's this one. I don't really need to show the other ones, but The next one is Gone with the Wind, which is by far the longest movie I've ever seen, which was 4 hours long. But why I really like this movie is because it kept me interested the entire time. And what I love about this movie is the main characters I'm not rooting for. Because, well, they're Confederates. You know, back in the 1800s, slavery was still cool. Like, you know, it's a weird perspective, and it's weird how, like, Scarlett O'Hara is, like, she's kind of the protagonist and antagonist. I don't know, just, oh, she's annoying. But it's 4 hours long. I believe it had an intermission, and the beginning and ending, which is like the long parts or whatever. Great movie, great classic, 1939, one of like the first big color pictures. Fantastic. It's a classic. Everybody must see it. I don't know nothing about birthing no babies. Everybody knows that line. The next is Good Will Hunting. I had seen this like a year or two ago, and I don't remember any of the Robin Williams parts. I was not paying attention, and of course when Robin Williams passed afterwards, I was like, oh yeah, I've seen some of his movies, but I don't remember anything from this movie besides the beginning. So I finally rewatched it on Netflix, and I loved it. It is so damn good. I love Ben Affleck. I'm a big fan, even though he's like, nobody really likes Ben Affleck, do they? But I like him. I think he's cute, and I just think it's a great, great, great movie. I love 90s movies, and very good. The next is Little Shop of Horrors, which is a great musical. It's just weird, quirky 80s movie. Weird about this big Venus flytrap that can talk and eats people and becomes super evil. Just really kind of a low budget, but not. It's really cheesy and it's awesome. You have to watch it. It's just so strange. The next is No Country for Old Men, which is a movie that I didn't want to see at first because I watched like the first 5 minutes like a year ago, and there was like dead dogs, and it's someone who loves animals and doesn't eat them. It's like, oh my god, I don't want to see that. So it took me a while to like want to go see this movie again. But it's directed by the Coen brothers, or one of the Coen brothers. Yeah, the Coen brothers. And Javier Bardem won an Oscar for this, so I'm like, oh, I just gotta see it. I gotta watch it, because I do love the Coen brothers. And it ended up being, that was my phone, sorry. Ended up being really damn good and freaky and creepy and just intense and just so creative and so good. And it just look past the death parts. I mean, there's pretty much the entire movie, but just, you will enjoy it for the film aspect of it. Next is Philadelphia, which of course is my amazing Tom Hanks lover. This is a very sad 1993 movie. This is his, it's Tom Hanks' first Academy Award win. It also has Denzel Washington, which plays a very homophobic lawyer who defends Tom Hanks' character. And yeah, it's about a man who gets AIDS and is fired from his job for it and discriminated against for being gay. It's a very interesting concept of a movie because at that time it was just a few years after the AIDS epidemic, and so of course how do people kind of connect with that as an audience? Do they feel bad for the main character or not because he has AIDS? And of course at this time it's a nifty time, so it's really weird to look back from then. So I always like those types of films, especially LGBT ones, because they're not represented as much. Another great Robin Williams film is Patch Adams. Just a really underrated film. I hadn't heard much about it except for people on Facebook talking about it after his passing. So it just really surprised me. It's about this awesome doctor who really cares about his patients. Well, he's like a, not really a doctor, he's like what do they call that? I watch Grey's Anatomy, I can't even think of the name. A resident, a trainee, something like that. He's not exactly a doctor, he's just trained to be a doctor and like in school for it. So yeah, it was just a really great movie. Very Robin Williams-esque, you know, has heart within it. The next is Philomena. This was nominated for Academy Award, not this Oscars, but the Oscars before. I tried to watch all the Oscar nominations. This was one of the last ones I'd watched. Really surprised me how great it was. Judi Dench and Steve Coogan. Just about a story about a woman who gave up her child when she was in a nunnery, and she didn't see him for the rest of his life. And she goes out and searches for him with this guy. I think he's a reporter or something. Just a really great, like, heartfelt movie. It's very good. Very underrated, I would say. The next is Rain Man, which has Tom Cruise and Dustin Hoffman. A really great film about a man who has a disability and his brother he had no idea about taking care of him, and who realizes his brother has so many talents but the world just doesn't understand him, and it's a very family-oriented film in a way, and a coming of age and coming to yourself kind of thing. I'm running out of room. Alright, we're almost done, people. The next is Rushmore, which is Wes Anderson's first ever film. Wes Anderson's my favorite director, so I had to have this. I think the only one I don't have left is Life Aquatic, which I will get someday. But yeah, this was, most of these, by the way, movies were like very cheap on both Amazon and eBay and maybe in the store. I don't think I bought many at all from the actual store, but there's been a couple, but most of them were like under $10, so that's why I have so many. But yeah, Rushmore is just an awesome movie, and it was a staple of, you know, Wes Anderson's style. It was a little bit different than his style now in his films. The next is The Sound of Music. It's just a classic. Everybody has to have Sound of Music in their collection. Yeah, it was really cheap at Target or something. I just randomly bought it, and I always wanted it, so there's that. The next is Warm Bodies. I think this was also just cheap somewhere. It wasn't my favorite zombie film. I don't really like the concept of it at some parts. I just think it's kind of silly, but it was a cute movie, and I love Nicholas Hoult, who played Tony Stoneham on Skins. So, I don't know if you can see me. This thing is taller than I am. I'm very short. The next is The Way, Way Back, which just ended up being a really good movie. It was sort of like a coming-of-age story, but in a different spin on it. I think it was just quite enjoyable. You know, it's like one of those teen movies, but it's more than just that. It ended up being very good. I really liked it. And the next one on here is What's Eating Gilbert, Grape. Awesome, awesome performance by Leonardo DiCaprio, who is a very young Leonardo DiCaprio, who played a mentally challenged teenager, and his older brother is Johnny Depp, and of course their family went with their mother, who's like agoraphobic, and she's very large and she can't get out of the house, and it's just really sad because this kid's life is just so, he has so many challenges to face, and yet he's still doing it. He's still living. So, yeah, great movie. Very unexpected. I very, very much enjoyed it. And those are all my DVD collection updates for the month of April and January and February and December and March. I just said all those wrong. I don't have any TV show updates. I just haven't bought any. I don't know. But yeah, as for TV show watching right now, I just finished The Wire, and I am watching True Blood right now, both on Amazon Prime. And I'm also watching, of course I'm watching regular shows like Mad Men's Back and stuff, but I'm watching Fresh Off the Boat, which is a hilarious ABC comedy, and you should watch it. But yeah, that's all I have to say right now. I will hopefully do a DVD collection overview at some point, and also some book reviews, because I just got, well, one book review because I just got Paper Town, so I hopefully will be reading that at some point. And I also want to do a couple other different videos that are not movie related, so we'll see how that goes. But I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you for watching and subscribing as always, and tell me what you think I should do for next videos, because I always run out of ideas. So talk to you guys later. Bye.